All right, folks. Last night marked the very first time that President Trump spoke before a joint session of Congress in what was essentially a State of the Union address, sans the state, because he couldn't really say. It's only been a month. At any rate, his joint session of Congress speech was probably the best political speech that I have ever heard. I can't believe the reviews even are actually positive. What a great speech. Before the speech, Uncle Chucky here in New York had made a prediction that Mr. Trump would deliver his speech in classic fashion as a rally type, off the cuff, just shooting from the hip type of presentation, and he couldn't have been more wrong. The speech was very, very powerful in that it did make a hell of a statement, just like his rally speeches did, but it was completely pre-processed, if you will. I'm not sure exactly. He had a complete outline. Actually, I'm pretty sure word for word he had written down that entire speech, because his delivery even was perfect. The information that was passed on, the points that he was trying to make were more than made. However, not only that, but the delivery was perfect. There was no stammering, there was no stuttering. It was spot on, as if it was very well practiced. And who could blame him, really? I suppose if I had to give a State of the Union, or what the fuck ever it's called. What did I say it was? A joint session of Congress speech? I would have practiced the hell out of it too. But it was great. It was great. Like I had said, Uncle Chucky had made his prediction that it was going to suck, and it was going to be standard Trump-isms, and just a shitty speech. And if I'm not mistaken, I actually had heard that his analysis of it was that, I don't want to quote him because I'm not sure if this is true, but I thought that I had read quickly that he had said that his ideals are far from reality, or something to the likes of that, which begs the question, what is reality then? If this speech and the ideals of it were far detached from what is reality, then I would have to say exactly that, what is reality, because it was great. There was no attacking of any particular, like he had used the term prior administrations. He didn't slam Obama, which was very, very helpful to him in that he didn't get a lot of Democratic booing. I mean, there was some. If you watched, you would have noticed that there was a lot of sitting, for sure. I was surprised. I wasn't surprised, but because I've not been a connoisseur of political speeches all my life, I've not had too much experience with them. That's why when I actually said this was the best political speech I had ever seen, I would have been more rightly said this is one of the only speeches really I've ever seen. But in any case, definitely as of this date, the best that I had ever seen. But with that said, going back to the sitting part, very funny to me. I actually think that during the speech, the mood switched from, say, defiant to terrified. Because everyone seemed to... All right, case in point, Nancy Pelosi's face. I believe she's the House Minority Speaker or whatever, and liberal retard Nancy Pelosi. I think she's complete retard. Every time that I see and or hear her in any capacity, I see nothing but complete retard. The broad talks like she's got, I don't even know, what is that? Is that Alzheimer's disease? I don't understand. I mean, I've heard some real ass backwards, back ass words, whatever expressions come out of her mouth. But that look, just so, she was mortified. Everyone was on the left. It was quite simple. This fucking guy, he can talk. It was almost like the movie The Campaign, the comedy movie The Campaign with Zach Galifianakis and Will Ferrell. And your incumbent, so shiny and perfect, and everything was great. And then, here comes Marty Huggins in the corner, and he gives him that great little 1-2 punch in the beginning, and everybody, what the hell? It starts to clap. And that's what it was like. It almost seemed as if no one was expecting him to give anything of any note. Not policy-wise, without attacking anyone or without speaking about his poll numbers or audience sizes, say like the inauguration or any of these issues. Everyone, I think, was surprised. And I think that the Republican Party was very much unbelievably united and powerful. George Bush, there was not even close. There was just not even close. I've never seen this. I really think that this new era in politics with our completely inexperienced president, with these new frontiers of social media and the way he talks and the way he is and the complete, nationalistic movement in regards to, say, civic nationalism or, oh shit, I can't think of it. But like he said, let's just put it in his words. I am not here to rule the world, to represent the world. I'm here to represent the United States. That, whatever movement that is, I guess, that's what you could call that. That seems to have spawned a brand new party in itself, a hybrid, even. Not such as the old guard Republicans, monocle-wearing Republicans, and I don't know, very, very interesting. And the speech in itself was just absolutely great. I have also read, though, that there were a few wishy-washy and some even completely against the president's speech in their analysis, mostly in tweets, the form of tweets, and whatever. If you can't grasp anything great, anything healthy, anything good-hearted, whatever the term is from that, then the problem is not Trump. The problem is you, because that entire speech embodied positivity. There was nothing, although I must say, and I don't know where I stand on this. Maybe this is a video for another time and a completely different topic. But that whole voice thing, I don't know. I got to read up on it. I have to, you got to pick your battles. I mean, you can't just be completely against too much big government. No more agencies at all. No more this. No government. Less, I get it. I mean, it's probably best to have less government. But I suppose it's worth reading into this new agency voice, which is an acronym for something along the lines of victims of who the fuck knows what. Something with immigrants, I don't know. To me, it sounds like it could possibly be just another one of these alphabet soup agencies that are ripe to fuck you in the ass somehow. But now, interestingly enough, I had one of that kind of jogs my memory that one of the tweets was actually about the voice, the little plug that he had put in for that. It was almost non-existent in the speech. It was like a 2-liner, just very simple, quick, just introduction and almost as quick explanation, and then he moved on. And also, the booing, that was one of the times. Oh, everyone was so, and like I said, maybe it's worth a listen. Let's look into it. Let's read up on it before we completely, disregard it. Because I, for one, I have my reservations, but I also, reserve the right to support, and I do, the president. But it's, in other words, I'm with him. But if he fucks up, I'm just right there against him too. So I just think maybe, before we start moaning and groaning, perhaps we should read about it. But that was what I was saying initially about the tweet. That was one of the, jogged my memory. Some dickhead out there talking shit right off the cuff, talking trash about how all this, that, and the thing, we're targeting immigrants. Listen, that's why I said if you didn't take anything positive from this, then it's not perhaps the president that's the problem, perhaps it's you. Because he didn't say anything about hunting down immigrants. I've touched on this before. If you are an immigrant, that means that you have some kind of work visa, school visa, you're here visiting, you have emigrated to the United States, and now you are some citizen. I'm not a professional immigration expert, but I know that either you're an immigrant or you're not. So, rounding up people that don't belong here is not exactly attacking, but again, perhaps that's something for another video. This speech was by far the best speech that I've ever watched. I thought it was great. It was exhilarating, and I was stuck in it for the entire hour. I only regret not watching the very, very last of it, in that everyone was done and leaving, because I had watched the prelude, the beginning, where everyone was slithering into their seats, and Nancy Pelosi and all them are kissing every brown person that they could find on their way to their seat. And I wish I would watch the end, because the end, from what I had heard, depicted all the Democrats running for the hills as if to say, get me the fuck out of here. We are totally fucked. Like, literally, they were probably very much looking to get the fuck out of there, because they realized that, A, you are going nowhere in 4 years. If you think that there's going to be any shift back into any capacity, the Democratic Party, you're highly mistaken. And B, the election of this Tom Perez. Okay, look, when the fuck do you... Okay, here's the deal. The definition of insanity, all right, is that you do the same thing over and over again while expecting a different result. Would it not be fair to say that the Democratic Party is acting insane? You keep hiring these people, electing these people that are so stuck on these redonkulous wedge issues, these wedge issue candidates that are going to simply push your people and your party farther and farther and farther away from the mainstream. It's going to take an entire generation to swing back in that direction, which is great for me, because by then, hopefully, I'll be dead, and I'll have lived out my life in a normal political atmosphere, to some extent, anyways. I mean, I don't know how normal any of these people are. And it's like they said, you can always tell when a politician is lying if his fucking lips are moving. I guess though, as far as it goes, for myself, I think that we are in the best position possible as of today, right now. Because that's actually another point before I shut this one down. It seems as if the presidency since November 8th has been questionable. Is he really the president? Is this really happening? Oh my God, it did happen. He did get elected. I can't believe that bitch didn't get elected. Oh my God. And now it's the inauguration. Oh, he was actually inaugurated and he wasn't shot. Oh my fucking God, I can't believe it. We said the same thing about Obama, though. Anyways, last night, I believe, was the point where we all know who the fuck is in charge now. There's no questioning who is in charge now. The applause, the standing ovations, the respect given to everyone from the president last night just basically etched in stone the man's presidency and the man's intentions. It seems as if everyone is fucking dead wrong. The guy is not Hitler, okay? The way you introduced everyone, the First Lady of the United States, I just thought that was the tops. I really did. The look on her face, she was so happy. That was just very, very good. I liked that myself, personally. That young soldier's wife, all those people, when they brought them to the fore and gave up, hold on one second. We have an emergency situation, folks. Stand by. Okay. Pretty raunchy accident there. Police presence. At any rate, the man's introductions along with his wife and that soldier's widow and whatnot, it was just it reeked of class. It was a great speech, and I'm not going to keep you anymore. I know that I'm starting to ramble now. All my points have been exhausted, but great speech. I look forward to very many more, and as they come, I will analyze them, and you can look forward to that. All right, that's all she wrote.